What happens when the most hyped vehicle of the decade turns into one of the most questionable engineering decisions in modern automotive history? The Cybertruck was supposed to revolutionize the truck industry. It was Elon Musk's steel-clad promise to disrupt traditional automakers, to shatter conventions, and to redefine what a truck could be. But now, it's struggling hard. Recalls, breakdowns, bizarre design flaws, and a user experience that feels more like a beta test than a finished product. What went wrong? Why did the hype fall apart? Let's break it down. Hype that sparked a revolution. The Cybertruck wasn't just another electric vehicle announcement. It was a cultural event. When Elon Musk first revealed the Cybertruck in 2019, complete with the infamous bulletproof glass demo that shattered on stage, it instantly went viral. The angular, polygonal design looked like something straight out of a sci-fi video game. Tesla fans went wild. Over 250,000 pre-orders flooded in within days. Everyone wanted to be part of the future. The truck promised specs that seemed unbelievable at the time. Over 500 miles of range, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, a nearly indestructible stainless steel exoskeleton, 4-wheel steering, adaptive air suspension. It was supposed to be a tank, a spaceship, and a luxury vehicle all rolled into one. And for years, it remained shrouded in mystery, delays, and speculation. But that only fueled the excitement. People weren't just expecting a truck, they were expecting a revolution. The reality. Fast forward to 2024, and the reality came crashing down. One of the earliest and most alarming reports involved the Cybertruck essentially bricking itself after a car wash. Yes, really. A user washed their vehicle, and not long after, the center touchscreen, a critical component that controls speedometer, driving mode, and nearly every vital function, completely blacked out. The cause? They hadn't enabled something called car wash mode. To be clear, no vehicle should be this fragile. Car wash mode isn't supposed to be a matter of life or death for your truck's electronics. It's meant to protect sensors and locks, not fry the entire system. And this isn't just a minor annoyance. When that screen goes dark, you can't even tell what gear you're in. It's genuinely unsafe. The idea that a high-tech, supposedly rugged vehicle can be rendered non-functional by a common hose and soap. That's a major problem, especially for a vehicle that sells itself as utilitarian and indestructible. Massive recalls and dangerous flaws. Then came the recall. Tesla announced that every single Cybertruck delivered so far, roughly 4,000 units, had to be recalled because of a shocking flaw. The accelerator pedal could come loose and get jammed under the interior trim. That's not just a bug. That's a life-threatening design failure. Imagine being stopped at a red light and suddenly the pedal jams, launching a 6,800-pound vehicle into the car in front of you at 30 miles per hour. That's not just a fender bender. That's the kind of incident that can kill. And let's not forget, the Cybertruck has minimal crumple zones due to its rigid exoskeleton. That stainless steel shell may look futuristic, but it transfers a ton of energy in a crash, meaning accidents could be far more severe than with traditional vehicles. Cool tech, bad execution. There's no denying the Cybertruck has some truly impressive technology. It features a steer-by-wire system with no physical connection between the steering wheel and the wheels, allowing for software-controlled precision and adaptability. At least in theory. It can crab walk thanks to its 4-wheel steering, a feature typically reserved for off-road or luxury vehicles. It also uses the structural battery pack design first seen in the Model Y, adding rigidity and improving weight distribution. These are innovations that should be exciting for any car enthusiast. But in reality, all of it feels a bit unfinished. Every impressive feature seems to come with a lingering what if it breaks. And with Tesla, that's not a hypothetical concern. We've seen plenty of instances where ambitious tech has failed under everyday conditions. The Cybertruck ends up feeling more like a prototype than a polished product. It's a playground of innovation, yes, but without the reliability, refinement, or safety net you'd expect from something this expensive, and potentially dangerous. Design that divides, not delivers. One of the biggest issues might just be the design itself. Yes, it's bold. Yes, it turns heads. But bold doesn't always mean better, and in the Cybertruck's case, it often means impractical. The angular sci-fi look and stainless steel exoskeleton might photograph well and make for great social media buzz, but they present major challenges in the real world. That ultra-flat steel body? It's nearly impossible to repair or repaint. A minor dent or scratch can't just be buffed out. It requires specialized tools and techniques that most repair shops don't have. And those sharp, rigid edges? They're not just unusual, they can be outright dangerous in pedestrian collisions and awkward in tight parking situations. Combine that with poor visibility, and you've got a vehicle that's more of a liability than a convenience in urban environments. Even hardcore truck enthusiasts, people who love torque, towing, and utility, have been left baffled. The Cybertruck doesn't feature a conventional bed. It has what Tesla calls a vault, and while it sounds cool, it doesn't deliver the practicality of a traditional truck bed. The motorized tonneau cover, meant to protect the vault, has already been reported to jam or malfunction. So it's not really functioning like a truck, but it's also far from refined or comfortable enough to be a luxury vehicle. In trying to reinvent everything, Tesla may have overlooked why certain features exist in trucks to begin with. Brand that overpromised. Tesla's real problem isn't just the Cybertruck, it's expectation management. Elon Musk has built an entire brand around grand promises, ambitious timelines, and the idea that the future is just around the corner. That kind of bold vision can work in the software world, where updates are frequent and mistakes are reversible. But in the world of hardware, especially when it comes to vehicles, it's a much riskier game. The Cybertruck was originally promised for 2021, then it slipped to 2022, then to 2023, and finally began shipping in late 2023, but only in extremely limited numbers, and even those first units, priced well into luxury territory, feel like unfinished prototypes. Fit and finish issues, questionable reliability, and multiple recalls have already marred its reputation. This is the core issue. The Cybertruck isn't a completed product. It's a beta test being conducted on the wallets of early adopters. Tesla's most loyal fans expected a sci-fi miracle that would redefine the truck market. What they got instead was a flashy, futuristic shell hiding a long list of compromises and critical safety concerns. Where does Tesla go from here? So what now? Can Tesla salvage the Cybertruck's image? Possibly, but it won't be easy. The company does have a track record of improving its products over time, often through over-the-air software updates and incremental hardware revisions. Some of the current issues may be resolved in future builds, and early adopters might see improvements down the line. But the initial shine, the sense of wonder and futuristic promise, has already dulled. The Cybertruck is no longer the bold symbol of tomorrow it was hyped up to be. Instead, it's become a cautionary tale, a reminder that no matter how revolutionary the vision, it must be matched with solid engineering, rigorous testing, and attention to detail. Ambition alone isn't enough, especially when real people are spending real money and putting real lives at stake. If Tesla wants to restore confidence, it needs to shift gears. The focus can't just be on making headlines or pushing boundaries. It has to be about building trust through reliability, safety, and quality. Because no matter how cool a product looks on stage, it's worthless if it can't survive something as simple as a car wash. The Cybertruck was supposed to break the rules. Instead, it's breaking itself. The hype may have built it, but reality is slowly tearing it down. Will Tesla fix it before it's too late? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more brutally honest breakdowns of tech and innovation, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's a lot more coming your way. Thanks for watching.